I live at Bronco, Texas, which is on the state line between Roswell, New Mexico and Lubbock, Texas, like going across that way. And I drive a big truck, 18-wheeler, hauling cattle. And I had loaded cattle up there at Queens, New Mexico, on top of the Guadalupe Mountains. I have no clue what happened. I heard a pop, and all of a sudden I looked in the mirror and I'm turning over. And throughout the course of all this happening, it threw me around the truck. I wasn't going very fast. I didn't slide very far, they said. And I'm out here on a desolate road, upside down, with my neck twisted around and can't even move a muscle.
He had the fractured dislocation of his cervical spine. As a result of that, he occluded both arteries in the back of the neck. They are called the vertebral arteries that supply the posterior part of the brain and also the spinal cord, part of the spinal cord. If this dislocation would have occurred 2 levels higher, most likely the patient had been unable to breathe and he may have died.
I had a pretty good cut on my head, I guess, and my nose being all broken. And I'm holding my mouth as wide as I can open, trying to get, because I'm thinking my mouth's going to fill up with blood and I'm going to suffocate. At that given moment, it crossed my mind the possibility that I might not ever see my wife and kids again. Walking was nothing compared to wanting to see my grandkids and all that. I remember it crossing my mind when that helicopter pilot told them at the scene, I'm going to fly him to UMC Medical Center in El Paso. It's an excellent trauma center.
This patient arrived, and in 2 minutes, because of the fact that we have the alert as a trauma one, we can pretty much tell with 10-15 minutes when the patient is coming. So because we have this type of coverage 24/7, in 2 minutes after arrival, we were with the patient and we were assessing him and we knew what his deficits were.
The sheriff's department called my wife, and a friend of ours put her in his airplane and flew her down here.
Very scary when you get that call. When the sheriff's deputy called me, I was freaking out and I didn't know what to do, and he was saying he can't move below the neck. This when I met Mr. Vasquez. Well, the first thing he said is he's got to have surgery, and that scared me. And he said he's basically paralyzed.
The study, this is what's called a CT scan, and actually shows the cervical spine. And we can see here the misalignment where the vertebrae have lost the continuity of one column. And this vertebra here is the number 5th. Neurologist interventionists were able to take care of the arteries that were occluded, and were able to put the spine, basically reduce the fracture dislocation, so we restore the alignment of the spine, and we're able to fix it from behind. CT scan that we obtained post-operatively, where we have restored the alignment. And basically, this is a detail of the instrumentation that we place in the back of the spine to restore the alignment. So this was a complete team effort that was successful, thank God. The University Medical Center is the only place that could have provided this type of care, immediate care on this particular patient.
About the doctors, the nurses, the CNAs, I mean, just people in the reception area for the ICU waiting room. I mean, friendly, helpful, caring people. I never thought I'd be in El Paso, Texas, and then have to be in the hospital and meet such wonderful, caring people. We've not come across anybody that wasn't. And there was a few, I'm sure, that Bobby pointed out exceptionally.
Oh my God, Anna. I love her to pieces. She's my CNA, and she treats me like one of her own children. It's her and Nat. Them two right there are what, when I wake up in this room in the morning, I'm excited because I know I'm going to probably see Anna, and I'm going to see Nat tonight.
He went from ICU to the 7th floor, which is a downgrade, but it means he was stable enough to be on our floor, and we were able to kind of help with his rehab during that time. He needed so much help. He needed our help for even just to move his arms. He couldn't move them by himself, so we would have to do like range of motion with him. His legs, we would have to do range of motion with that too. And plus he had a lot of stuff going on emotionally. just to deal with that was a little bit more challenging.
We have first-class nurses. They know exactly what they have to do. We give them detailed orders at the time after the surgery, and they know exactly what they have to do with the patient. They mobilize the patient as soon as feasible. And this patient benefited from that close observation and close management, because he was able to be out of bed, and we started rehabilitation right away.
Every day, I'm not kidding, every day he has done something new. He's getting movement in his arms. He's actually squeezing hands. He's wiggling fingers. He's lifting up an arm and moving it on his chest. He has feeling everywhere on his body. There's not a place on him you can touch and he can't tell you where you're touching.
This is their hospital. You know, it's a hospital of the community, and we strive to give every single time a better service to all of the El Pasans. So it really behooves on the persons really to be proud of their hospital, and certainly this is a very good investment in terms of support.
This is a man who the doc says when I got here shouldn't be alive. I stood up a while ago. First off, it's because of God, our Lord above, my family, and the people at UMC in El Paso.